Now for a brief discussion on social class. So for many of us, we tend to think of social class as either rich or poor. Sort of a easy, simple division. Karl Marx thought about it similarly, but for him, it wasn't just about rich and poor. It was about who controlled the means of production. So if we think about a football team as a factory, um, it could be that the football players we think of as rich, but for Marx, they would be what he called the proletariat, the worker. And the owner of the team would be the bourgeoisie, the owner of the means of production. This distinction for him is important because ultimately the worker is labor power. They go away. Just like in football, players retire, but owners can keep earning, earning, and earning. So even though a football player might make 40 million a year, imagine the owner is still making a profit and making enough profit to pay that worker. So it's not quite just rich and poor for Marx. There are degrees of richness, if you will, but the worker and the owner are the really two important players in his world when it comes to class. For us, Weber is who we tend to talk about more often. So Weber gave us this idea of socioeconomic status. Socioeconomic status. It's a combination of prestige, honor, respect, and power. So certainly wealth and income can determine our socioeconomic status, in that it gives, if we have a lot of money, we might have prestige that comes from it, and certainly power. And power for Weber is the ability to affect decisions for ourselves in beneficial ways. And prestige is the respect and honor given to people in society. Now, the teachers don't make a lot of money, but they might occupy a different socioeconomic status, this sort of combination of things, than just a regular homeless person or a waiter. Conversely, drug dealers might make a lot of money, but they're not going to get invited to the upper echelons of society because they don't have the prestige. They certainly have power, they certainly have wealth and income. So there's no nice and neat formula that we have for determining someone's socioeconomic status, but we all make these value decisions. It's a social construct, after all. It's not just about money. So you can be sort of educated poor and still have a different socioeconomic status than if you had more money but less education, for instance. So think about this as you go through your assignment, thinking about the way Marx looked at class and Weber looked at class. There were some distinct differences.